Why yell at the mic?
It's what I do.
It's true. You're a loud yeller.
Yeah.
You're definitely a loud talker. That has definitely always been the issue that we've had with this podcast and the audio.
It absolutely is.
You
yes.
talk way too loud.
I've been trying to dial it back,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes you just got to yell at the mic.
I have a really hard time hearing what I have to say. I'm very quiet and diminutive.
You just need to speak up, love.
I really do. That's been one of my issues my entire life, is speaking up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I know. We got to get you past that.
Little shrinking violet. So, kickoff podcast. We're back. We're going to do the thing.
Hey, welcome to the Soapbox Society. I'm Jake Nice.
And I'm Chantine Fun. That's what they call me.
Absolutely.
And we are here for another episode of the Soapbox Society thing. I don't know what number it is. I haven't really figured out the structure and how we're naming it because we had a thing where we were doing stuff and then we did Disney stuff and now we're doing Taylor Swift stuff, but that was never the stuff. So it's like they should be different versions of things.
I think we're back to series 1, episode 7, if you don't count 5. If you do count 5.
Sure. Go with that.
I like it.
I like it. Totally works. But we're here and we are recording and it's been a while and we're trying to get back on track. The thing is that I think people don't understand, I think sometimes, is that we have like real jobs. We do this for fun.
It's crazy when you think about it like that. But yeah, like the last time we recorded something, we intended to record something the next day. And more than a week passed before we were able to record something.
I think like the last time we recorded was like the Eras thing. And more than a week passed before I would even look at the footage to edit and get it up. I just couldn't do it.
Well, it took me a couple days to get back to it and do the audio thing so you could do the footage.
Right, because we've been so busy.
Then, it's just, I wish work wasn't so time consuming.
Everything's time consuming. It's the thing. So how do we do this, though? I've forgotten the structure since it's been so long since we've done a regular one. High introductions, check, did that. And then what?
We start with Soapy updates, yeah?
Are we starting with Soapy updates?
Is that not the first category?
Might be.
I think it was Soapy, and then Taylor, and then House.
Soapy, and then Taylor, then House. Well, let's do Taylor and House first, because those are kind of short.
All right.
So Taylor Swift updates. So Taylor Swift has done all kinds of fun stuff recently. The first leg of the U.S. Eras Tour is done and over, done and dusted. And
you say first leg because now there's a second leg.
Because now there's a second leg. She announced that there's a second leg. And everybody scrambled to go get tickets. And Kaylee, my sister wife, she got tickets. We did not. But we're gonna make it so anyway.
So I got to say, sometime recently when we recorded something, you said you were going to stop using names of your sister wives. Is that all gone out the window?
Oh, right. My sister wife, one of my sister wives got tickets and a ticket. And this is the first one she's ever been to. So that's really interesting to me.
Oh, it was the first Taylor Swift concert.
First Taylor Swift concert she's ever gone to.
She won't have anything to compare it to, and it'd be great.
Well, I mean, like, she's a Swiftie, so I think she's probably watched all of the different concerts if she has them available and stuff and whatever. So she actually has had a problem with the way that Taylor has presented on stage, just based on the things that she wasn't not doing spoilers throughout all of this. She wasn't going to the Eras Tour. And she has actually also thought that she's just different, you know? And she thinks that there's some sort of trauma going on post Joe, or I don't know, whatever. And then Taylor's just trying to, you know, survive right now without breaking down.
Yeah, I've heard that theory.
Yep. So, but she gets to go October 2024, and we are going to try to get our tickets for that too. So it's very exciting. We'll see.
Yeah.
It's a year away. There's all kinds of stuff that can happen.
Get tickets. Now I'm not certain if I want to get tickets or if I want to tailgate at the Superdome.
Oh, yeah, I know, right?
It's not called Superdome, is it?
I think it's called like Caesars Superdome.
Oh, it's still Caesar Superdome.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't know why it's Caesars, but
it's Invesco and CenturyLink.
It was like Caesar's Palace supporting or
might be
funding the Superdome. It's weird. But anyway, yeah, so that's happening with Taylor Swift. She's releasing a 1989 album, TV. Very excited about that. We're going to do a whole episode on that, so we're not going to make you guys sit through all this here. We're going to do a different episode. for that. That's happening.
Special episode.
Yeah. So the MTV Video Music Awards, the VMAs came out. So she has 7 for Antihero and then Artist of the Year.
Well, for Midnights, there's only Karma and Antihero for videos, isn't there?
Lavender Haze.
There's a Lavender Haze video?
And Bejeweled.
Oh, there's Bejeweled.
She did a number of them. Yeah, Lavender Haze has a video.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's just lots of lavender. There's lots of haze.
Oh, is it hazy?
There's koi fish.
It's like purple haze?
It's all a thing. So yeah, that's been exciting. That's what's going on in Taylor's world. She's awesome. We love everything about her.
Absolutely.
Yep. Moving on to house updates. What do we got for house?
Basically finished the closet.
I know.
Yeah.
It's so exciting.
Odds and ends that those are the bits I never finish.
Be honest though. What are the odds and ends that need finished?
Just some LED lighting, really.
No, it's mine. It's basically done, except for the parts that Chantine has not finished.
There's a thing or two that you need to get in there and handle, yeah.
I'll actually put up pictures this time because, it is really basically done and whatever, and show it all off. But it's amazing. He did custom cabinetry throughout the entire thing. Beautiful island in the middle that has a chest of drawers on one side, and the back side is for my tall boot storage, which is cool. And then there's a seat in the middle of this island with a pull up. So there's more storage down there. It's delightful. All of the beautiful track lighting around. Gorgeous ceiling. Did such a cool thing with the ceiling. The chandelier is over the top.
Yeah. I like the chandelier and the ceiling and the medallion I made and all that.
Yeah.
I think that turned out really cool.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
And then as you just keep adding stuff to it, I then, come in with the design stuff. And so I do the stains and the painting and the fabricing and all of the stuff.
Yeah, you make it look pretty.
And so those things aren't quite done, but it's
Very
basically
close.
done. Yeah.
Very close.
It's really nice.
I'm happy with it.
Yeah. I got to tell you though, I don't know if it's a good idea for me to finally have a closet. Because I now have access to all my clothes and I'm getting back into that habit of like, well, what do I want to wear? Right. And will change. Like I changed my pants. I started with a skirt. And so right now on top of the island, I have 3 different skirts and at least 3 pairs of pants just sitting on top of the island, not put back away.
Right. Understandable. I sort of envision the top of that island as sort of a staging area. So
that's not a staging area. That's Chantine needs to put her clothes away and she's lazy. What the hell?
It's staged. I do have to say, I was hanging up a polo earlier today and things don't just like slip and flop into place on a velvet hanger.
No.
Like they do on the...
Yeah, you got to put some work into it.
Went to pop it on and it's like fighting me. I'm like, all right, fuck this. Just threw it back in the closet.
But the velvet hangers are great because nothing falls off.
No, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Everything holds its shape. You can hang up sweaters and not get the little shoulder bumps.
Yeah, the ones that I got for the sweaters are really nice because you were like, I want to hang up my sweaters. And I'm like, okay. Weird idea, but fine.
They look good hanging there.
They do.
I'm very happy with it.
Yeah, it's nice.
And now we're trying to get lumber package to frame up, the other 2,000 square feet of the house.
Yeah, because we're running out of time before the rain starts.
Yeah.
The rains are going to come pouring down.
Yeah, and the lumber yards are not helping out with that whole running out of time thing.
Right. So got to get everything framed and weathered in before the rains come for the addition.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll spend the winter doing inside work.
Yeah, there will be plenty.
Oh, God, so much. Got our master bedroom to do. Master bath is going to be the absolute last thing that gets done. Like, the absolute last thing that gets done. And all of the stuff, like when the addition itself comes on, there's Aowen's room and the attic and the, Aowen's bathroom, the game room.
The attic's going to be ridiculous.
The attic's going to be ridiculous.
It's not an attic anymore. It's a 3rd story.
Well, it's their bedroom. They decided they wanted to move up to the attic. And so they have these huge, beautiful bedrooms. I mean, Addison's is already done. And so, yeah, it's huge and beautiful with master walk-in closets. And they want to, and their separate baths and all the things. And they want to go live in the attic.
Yeah.
So we'll make that their bedroom and we will have 3 bedrooms downstairs that nobody ever uses.
Yes. That's accurate.
So that's fun.
3 very large bedrooms that no one ever uses.
Yeah, they're all master suites. That's how big they are.
Yeah.
They were all built to be master suites. So that's fun. But yeah, so that's been going on with the house. And I changed stuff around in here.
Oh, you did? I didn't even see that.
I didn't mean to. I needed to dust and...
This accidentally got put there.
It kind of did. So I was dusting, and dusting Lego is such a pain in the ass.
Mm.
And so I was dusting that and moved it and whatever. And then I need to dust the mantle. And I didn't move everything over, just kept kind of going around the room and was moving stuff to dust and do whatever. And so after I dusted the mantle, putting stuff up there, and I went, well, that's kind of cute. I just put a couple of mine up there too, just to fill it out. And was like, there you go.
It looks great.
There's a new scene up there. It's
So
not straight, but it's fine.
Where'd Hogwarts end up?
It's over on the ledge underneath the TV right now.
Don't know how I missed that.
Yeah. So it'll go into the library eventually, because that's another indoor project that'll get done during the winter time.
After banging out that closet and it turning out the way it did, I'm very excited to do the library.
I'm so excited for the library. You did such excellent jobs you made your own drawers, custom drawers. There are 3 different dressers in that closet.
Yeah.
And you custom made every single one of them.
Yes.
It was amazing.
And they turned
You
out...
mirrored a dresser.
There were 2 or 3 renditions of a couple of them, but they've turned out great.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of experimenting.
Yeah, and they all have the soft clothes. It's delightful.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I got
yeah,
the hardware for the barn door track mirror also.
Yeah,
yesterday.
I saw that came in. That's very exciting. But yeah, I mean, you're not going to be putting drawers into the bookcase, into the closet, but just that you did such a fun, cool, all of my things that I want, you somehow make a reality and then make it annoying, but that annoying is really cool.
It just takes a little more time. But it turns out better than boring stuff.
Turns out better than the shit you wanted. Could have just gone to IKEA for some bookshelves. How about some bookshelves that pick a book up for you? Can we do that?
Probably. Yeah.
No. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Yes.
All that.
Happy to see it come together.
Yeah. Any other house updates?
That's it. I'm just trying to get lumber now.
I installed some lights back there and I'm mad at them. So they'll be gone by the next episode, probably.
Oh, yeah. We'll rearrange them.
Yeah, they don't go there. I don't like them there. It's weird. And also, I didn't put those up with any sort of real spacing either. I just shoved them up.
I was wondering about that, but they're held on there pretty good, so
well,
I just left
was
it.
Just seeing how because I peeled the back of the tape, because there's like a 3M thing on the back of the whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was wondering, do I want to face it this way or this way? It didn't matter. I got it too close, barely touched, immediately adhered. And I'm like, well, I'm too far gone now.
Yeah, it's like a 3M VHB pad on the back of those.
And so
those things are intense.
Yeah, and so I just put all of them up. It is what it is. But yeah, so we're going to take those off and put them somewhere else. But they exist for now, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Cute.
It's a cool little Easter egg, because you get to see them, and then the next time we film, you'll still see the light from them, but you won't see the light fixture.
Yeah.
It'll be cool.
Yeah, well, we had to stop using the ones that we had behind the chairs before because we just had like films over them, plastic that was colored.
Yeah, they're just melting the gels.
And they were melting the gels. That's how hot they were.
Which is crazy because they're LED light.
Yeah.
But they were toasty.
Just remembering how, because back when we would film in the pontoon, when you would do lives and stuff with me, we would set those fuckers up.
Yeah.
In the middle of summer, it was so hot in that room. And remember our camera used to turn off or whatever?
Yeah, the camera used to overheat.
And we didn't understand it. We're like, what the hell? They're all LEDs. This isn't that hot. Calm down. No, those things were toasty.
You remember how hot those other big bulbs got, though, before we got the LEDs?
Oh, yeah.
The
my
ones that
God.
are like, that long.
Yeah.
Big round things.
Yeah.
Those things were monsters.
That one.
Oh, is it that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That light.
Yeah,
we're only using one light now, though.
Working out.
We used to 5-point light, and it was such a pain in the ass. Like, my God.
Yeah. Lighting was terrible.
So, yeah, we just have the one light there.
I did remember to turn off the pink overheads.
Oh,
this time. Yeah.
All kinds of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Fun stuff with lights, stuff.
I like playing with lights.
Yeah.
I told you earlier. You don't need to give me a reason to buy tech. Just do it.
It's true.
So much fun to play with.
Yeah. So we've done Taylor Swift updates, house updates, hi and hello and introductions. And then we have Soapy updates and then just random musings. Are those the only?
There were 5.
All right. What would the other one be?
I don't know.
Can I suggest one? I don't know what the other one is right now, but can I suggest we add a new one?
Sure.
Can we have a whole segment like about just stuff that I want to complain about? Like, like Peter Griffin and Family Guy, like things that grind my gears.
Yeah, it's not just random musings.
No, I want a specific section of shit I'm pissed off at this moment.
Okay. And now, Chantine Fun's Bitch Fest.
But yeah, no. So the thing that I am currently just absolutely irritated with, like irritated, so mad, just is the dinging of the refrigerator door.
Stop leaving it open.
Here's the thing, though. This really bothers me. I'm serious. This is super irritating to me. I don't like the new refrigerators. Because when we got this fridge, right, it's a beautiful fridge, top of the line. It's the biggest that you can get from Samsung. It's the most expensive thing. There was no need. It was ridiculous. Huge, gorgeous, brand new fridge. It's cool. It's awesome. This is the first time we've had one of these big fancy fridges. Whatever. Fine. And it came with this little ding ding feature to let you know when the doors were open. And that's cool, because there are like 5 doors on this thing. It's kind of unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
Four or five doors, a lot of them. And so it's like, okay, cool, awesome. And as a result, I hear that thing dinging at least one time a day. At least once a day, that thing is dinging. Here's the thing. Out of all the refrigerators I've had in my life, I've never seen a fridge door open. So what that actually means is that there's something broken with the actual design of the freaking fridge, that the door would just be open and it wouldn't just close. How many times have you ever like walked by a fridge and been like, oh, a door's open, and just like closed it, went about your day?
Maybe twice.
Never happened in my life. Never happened in my life that a fridge door was accidentally left open. I'm getting this ding at least one time a day. And it's not the kids. It's like me. It's not just the kids. You can't blame it on them. I will go and get something out and I will close the freaking doors.
Mm-hmm.
Just do the thing. Same motions I do, 12 times a day, whatever. And I'm chopping stuff up and I hear the little ding go off. And I'm like, I did not leave it open. It didn't register. It didn't latch.
But when you go over there and check it when it's dinging,
it's actually open, but it shouldn't be, is the point. So, because I closed it. So there's something wrong with the design of it, that it's not actually like sealing that close, and instead it's popping open or it's whatever. Point is, I shouldn't have to change the way that I close a door to make sure that it's properly closed.
You've elevated your refrigerator status. There are certain things have to be adjusted.
It's still a fridge. I'm going to open it up with my foot, close it with my butt. And I mean, it's just, that's what's going to happen. And it should just close every time.
Just put a little more hip hop into it.
You know what? I don't have to do that. I don't have to. You can't do that. If it breaks, it will be sad. It's a very big and expensive fridge.
Actually, I've got my own beef with the fridge since we're on that train.
Oh, God, tell me.
Every time I open the door to get milk out, I bang something, some magnetic something hanging on the front of the fridge, and it falls off and goes everywhere. Every single time.
The milk?
No. Whatever's magnetized to the outside of the door.
Oh.
I cannot open that fridge without something falling off of it.
Well, it's only one thing, though, and we were never supposed to put anything on the front of the fridge. Like, that was the thing. We were never going to do this. It's going to be completely whatever. But I had to do it. If you notice, it's an ugly chip clip that's, whatever happened to have a magnet, because it's those checks from that thing. I'm a victim. It's from the Victims Assistance Relief Recovery Fund.
Have they not called you back on that?
No. I'm getting money for a case that I have nothing to do with. And it's so weird to me.
Yeah, that entire situation is very weird.
Yeah. So I've been getting money from Denver District Court for something that I am not related to at all. I am not a victim in this case. And I have a very uncommon name. So it's weird. And I had, I have lawyers in the family. I have lawyers all over the place. But I had my uncle, who is a lawyer, look into it. He's a Denver lawyer. I'm like, hey, how do you look up the rest of this case number? Because I couldn't get any information just based off the case. Yeah. And so he popped in and he gave me the specifics of the case. And I'm like, that's not me. And he's like, yeah, no, that's not you. That doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah.
So I'm getting somebody else's checks.
But with your name on them.
Right. They're my name. It's my...
And you called the DA.
Yeah, I've called him a bunch of times and left messages, and they haven't called me back yet.
Like, I have money that shouldn't be with me. I would like to give it back, and they're not returning that phone call.
Because they sent a second check as well.
Yeah,
they sent another one.
Like 2 weeks after you called and left a message, said, hey, you're sending money to the wrong person. They sent another one.
Yeah, and so they have to stay there until I can actually get in touch with them. So it reminds me that I still need to continue following up.
Yeah, see, that's their answer. No, we're not wrong. It's more money.
No, I know. That might have been their answer. They gave us more money. And I'm like, this is not me.
Not cashing this check.
Please, I'm not catching
You end up
checks.
in for court for fraud.
Can you please? Exactly. Well, and also just the whole thing. Like, can you please just give this to the person who was actually a victim in this crime?
Right. They'd probably appreciate
They need it.
Yeah.
Or would like it, please don't give me money.
Yeah, that's a very weird situation.
Yeah, it's very strange. So that's why that thing falls off. So our grievances today are fridges. I guess I will let you have your own grievance in this section that was built for me to complain about things if you want. Do you have anything you want to complain about?
You wanted to title it Things That Grind My Gears. Not fun bitching.
My gears. Do you have anything else outside of the fridge that you'd like to? I'll let you have the floor, I guess.
Well, since you're going to let me have the floor, I'm just going to expound on the magnet thing. What really bothers me is that it's a stainless steel refrigerator, which magnets won't stick to.
That's a really... Oh.
Yeah.
Well, they've had to do it magnetized to whatever, because people like putting magnets on a fridge. But
right. So then it's not stainless steel.
Good point.
That's all.
Well, what did they sell?
Every time I knock something off the fridge that's on a magnet, I realize that it is a stainless steel fridge that should not be magnetic, that magnets are stuck to. And that's what irritates me.
I don't want to ask this question because I know that you're really smart, and I know that you know this information because you're an all of these materials guy.
Mm-hmm.
But are you sure that stainless steel is one that is not magnetic?
Absolutely, yeah. True stainless steel is not magnetic.
That's so weird.
Mm-hmm. But, that's irritated me since the very first time a magnet stuck to it. So this is just a long-standing grievance I have with Samsung.
It just completely went over my head, and I just had to explain why there was something on the fridge. Like, I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry. Well, that actually makes more sense because I didn't think that you would be the type that would be pissed off that I stuck something to the fridge.
You're sitting there trying to figure out why in the fuck I'm mad about this?
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm mad at Samsung, not at you.
I know I said something, but I lie a lot.
I'm mad at my dad, not at you.
Forgive you. So yeah, that's actually an interesting thing. You guys, go, if you have stainless steel fridges, tell us in the comments below. Do magnets stick to them?
Everybody's looking over right now going, son of a bitch, this magnet stuck to my fridge too.
We were sold a bogus line, I feel. That's really weird.
Yeah, if you put it around the side where it's like black enamel painted and it's not stainless and they're not pretending it's stainless, sticks just as well. Same shit.
Nothing is black enamel sided on this fridge. It's freaking stainless steel all around.
I don't remember. It's all built into a cabinet now.
It's stainless steel all around.
Well, I bet it's magnetic all around.
It's fake stainless steel all around.
It's some stainless alloy.
That's weird, though. Now I have to look it up. We're canceling Samsung fridges.
Just take a magnet with you when you're appliance shopping.
Yeah, I mean,
use it as a bargaining chip. Like, nope, that's not stainless. I'm not giving you that much money.
Steel. I want $1,000 less, please. Yeah, no, seriously, that's an interesting thing. I'm going to do some research. I bet they have it on the website. I bet it's some big thing. Like it's like selling like vegan leather or something, which is just leather, I
think they do qualify it with like, brushed stainless look.
Right.
Brushed stainless finish or something.
But that's not what you're told in your appliance section.
No,
this is stainless steel.
They're embracing the word stainless on everything.
Right.
It's not. Stainless is expensive.
Super not stainless.
Why you spend the money for stainless.
It's super not stainless either.
Right, stainless doesn't rust.
Never had a single stainless thing ever. Well, none of the stuff in there rusts.
No, just in general, things say stainless and then they rust. That's not stainless.
Oh, I don't have an experience.
I've got beef with stainless.
You must.
False advertising.
I see that.
Mm-hmm.
I have beef with one of the things in the soap world. Aluminum.
I love aluminum.
Is that the one?
That's the one that can be reactive, yeah.
Yeah.
But you've also had aluminum counters.
Yeah, totally. I know. And I loved doing that test, for whatever, because we watched that video on the prepper guy and the soap was all weird and gelatinous and whatever.
Yeah.
And I realized that I've never actually poured into anything stainless and it's like, or aluminum. And I'm like, cool, let's do it. Whatever. And I did that test and literally nothing happened. And it ended up being like the best like batch of random soap I've ever made. It was so fun.
Right.
But it was I thought that was just such a funny thing because when I told you that I was going to set this up to do it, because obviously don't do it anyway because the off-gassing and the whatever, fine, reactive, whatever.
Right.
Don't do it. It's a bad idea. But when I told you that I was going to do this test, you're like, you understand that you've had aluminum countertops in the soap shop for, 5 years.
Yeah.
Well, I know now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had zero concern with it because they're also coated in, PPG fluoropon, and it's just like baked on industrial enamel.
Yeah,
you're never going to get to the aluminum.
Yeah, because that's the total thing that like nobody gets anyway, and they make it such a big freaking deal about all of these, whatever. And I used to get at the very beginning of my channel, and I think it's because people saw that it's a new channel and it has 1,000 subscribers or whatever, so therefore I must be a new soaper.
Oh, yeah.
And that they don't listen when I,
Mm-hmm.
But they would like tell me things that like that pot that giant black pot with like the speckles, it looks like a campfire cooking pot,
Yeah.
that I pour in for bigger batches for filming. They're like, oh, those are all certainly aluminum. And so you should never, pour in that and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, A, that was custom made. 2, I already checked and it was not aluminum. C, it is coated.
It doesn't matter what your base material is when it has a non-reactive coating.
Exactly.
Especially when it's something like that, like a cooking pot or something.
Exactly.
With this baked on, powder coated enamel. You can't hurt it. It's a neutral cure. It's not going to react to anything. And you would have to scratch through it and get to the base layer. And if the base layer is aluminum, like your countertops were, and you cut through it, you've still got a couple of minutes before it oxidizes, because that's the horrible thing with aluminum. It forms aluminum oxide, and that's actually a industrial commercial finish. It's clear anodized aluminum. It's just an oxide layer that aluminum forms. You just control it so that you control the color.
Right.
And it's completely impervious. It's one of the hardest materials on the planet, is the layer that forms on aluminum when it reacts with oxygen.
Yeah.
So to get your lye to react with aluminum, first you've got to sand it, and then you got to dump your lye solution on it before it has a chance to oxidize.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Exactly. And that's the craziest thing about all that shit. Like, that's just what they do. They overly freak out about the simplest things in the world. And then you have like the whole grain, like audacity and just like fervor that you believe this. Just by looking at a video, you totally know what the shit this thing's made out of.
Yeah.
It's just whatever.
Just write stainless on the side of it.
Take the cry cut and just like make a vinyl sticker that says stainless inside it.
Absolutely.
So you're pouring over the vinyl sticker.
Yeah, right on the bottom. So
this is
when you
fine,
do your
right?
top-down shots.
Yeah, this is fine.
And then watch the vinyl melt.
And rip up because of the stir stick and all that. Yep.
Love it.
People are wild, man.
Do it.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing.
Well, they don't do it anymore. Nobody really talks shit.
You've got enough subscribers and videos that they don't.
Right. They're like, oh, well, she must know what she's doing. She's got people. That, or they've been lurking in the whatevers and they know that I tend to call people out when they're too whatever.
You should just do a video where you're using obviously all aluminum pots.
I did.
Containers.
I did a whole video. It was a test and nothing happened.
Did you make that like the thumbnail?
Yeah.
Just like counter full of obviously aluminum containers.
Well, the thumbnail was ugly because I make ugly thumbnails. It's kind of my like quirk. But it was, I think one of the things that I poured into was aluminum foil. You could very much tell in the thumbnail that I was pouring into aluminum foil.
Got it.
Yeah.
Aluminum, not tin?
Well, it says aluminum on the package.
Oh, yeah, that'd be aluminum then.
But our thing says it's stainless steel. So, but yeah, I just generally people with irritating weird opinions and stuff. And doing weird tests. I always wanted to do the whatchamadilly with the glass and just set up, because we talked about doing like a 24-hour live stream, right? And just doing weird shit with lye and glass and all kinds of different types of glass, right? Because they say stupid stuff about glass.
Oh, this is the Pyrex thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're like, if it's not borosilicate. And it's still that this is the most ridiculous thing ever. Think about how many things are glass in your life that go through crazy heat transfers and changes. Right? When things are added and whatever, and they're not breaking. because there's all kinds of different types of glass. And so we were going to do that, like single pane old glass and the actual Pyrex and whatever, and just like leave lye on it. Keep putting lye on it. Put some lye and water on it. Put some lye and water on it and hit it with like a one of those little swirly, like a scrubby thing, whatever, all the things. And then take a fucking blowtorch to it, because that's the only way that you can actually explode a Pyrex with lye.
Actually, if you've got the right technique, you can glow glass red without blowing it up.
Yeah.
With a blowtorch.
With a blowtorch.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like, this is just, A, it's glass industry. 2, it's chemistry. And this is what, like, it goes right back to the thing that I've been saying about the soap industry, just generally, like when, we're having bickering, squabbling things about what is and what isn't and what's safe and what isn't and all those. It's pH. Listen, the industries that actually understand what this means, they look at the soap makers and go, why? I mean, if they look at them at all.
Yeah, you're in an unregulated industry because the people that know these things know that it's not a problem.
Exactly. That's what I mean. And so when I talk to like a glass expert and I'm like, hey, what do you think about this, blah, blah, blah.
Let's do it.
But when I ask about something, you're like, blink. That's not how glass works. Or when I ask about metal, that's not how metal works.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just double checking,
Yeah,
because I know things from this
this
perspective and
Anytime you...
I do already know. I know the things from the scientific perspective and how shit works or whatever, but, I mean, Jesus, maybe I've missed something. Maybe there's something different in a manufacturing process that's not making sense to me with this very basic chemical and a very basic chemical reaction. So let's talk about it. And you just blink. And then you send me to other like forums. There are whole forums out there about glass and how to explode it and shit.
Yeah.
And they use lye for etching. They want to try to do lye etching. And people are like, you can't do it. Lye etching is not a thing with glass.
Shit.
You can't do it.
Use this instead.
Here's why, And
muriatic acid is amazing.
Sand. The thing that glass is made from.
You can sandblast.
Right.
You can do some cool things with sandblast.
Right. But yeah, I've read there's this whole thing about, I guess that's a running joke for newbies within the glass world when they're trying to etch glass or whatever. It's so much so that it's like a pinned comment in this forum. It's like, stop asking about sodium hydroxide. Stop asking about lye and glass. It doesn't work. Read this.
Yeah.
And it's this chemist glass guy who just breaks it all down. It's like, oh, you are dumb, actually.
Yeah, there's no reaction.
Right. So, yeah, it's wild. I guess we're talking about soap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. We're going to take a break real quick, though, because I got to get scissors. We're going to open up something. We have something for soap. Well, it's not soap.
I didn't notice a box sitting there either.
There's
I'm not very observant today.
Sure aren't. So, Soapy updates. Because we're going to talk about Cada.
I love talking about Cada.
Yeah, I know. I'm super excited about it. But before we get into that, I wanted to make it not just a complete shit talking and bashing session and show the Sudsers cool thing that Alex from Parton Prints is doing right now. And it's related to Cada.
Speaking of Cada. He's a professional.
He knows what he's doing. So he started a subscription thing it's a monthly sub box for bath bomb molds.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And so when I was talking to him about the Cada thing, because that's coming up, he told me about it. And I was like, dope. That sounds awesome. I want to be a part of it. So I signed up. And it's once a month, he sends like themed bath bomb molds that he creates or whatever. They're like themed around the month or, whatever. And this particular one is the back to school August mold box. It won't really do anything, but I thought it would be cool to do because I swap my bath bombs out every month anyway. And I'm like, cool, I can just use his and it can be like double promo stuff going on here.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. So within this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4.
And how many of these has Cada put a copyright on?
These particular ones, Cada has not put a copyright on.
Because they've not seen them yet.
But they did hit Parton Prints. Cada Molds has been abusing the copyright system again. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. I know.
Cada's amazing.
Cada's great. And we'll tell you that all in a minute. But
having printed some mediocre molds myself, I'm very impressed when I see these.
Yeah, we went into that whole journey, right?
Yeah.
With the printing of molds.
A couple of them were mostly useful.
Yeah. So we have first up an apple.
Of course you do.
Yeah, we got an apple for back to school teacher. That makes sense. You know what I mean? It's cute. It's one of those little guys that has the stop on the back, which I like. I break Alex's molds, and so not because they're bad quality, but because I overbeat them. And cute little pencil guy here. That's cute.
Oh, nice.
Little pencil molds there.
Yeah.
And so the inside will look like,
Very nice.
This is a square. This is absolutely something that you cannot copyright because it's a square. Well, let's see what's inside.
That's the one Cada will hit right there.
No, like literally, that's what they do. So this is a square bath bomb that will say "World's Best Teacher" on it with the impression.
Oh, very nice.
Yes.
I like that.
Also not really something that you can copyright. Just keep it all in mind. Coming up.
Nor is it something you can put into a round hole. Hey, another square.
We have another square.
Oh, it's sort of a trapezoid thing.
It's also not copyrighted.
Pyramidal. What's that?
Oh, cute.
Waffle?
So it's to do embeds.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. To make little square embed guys.
That's a complicated print there.
This is actually a really interesting one because I do think Cada has hit people on this particular design, like the whole idea of making embeds in a grid. Even though people have been doing it forever, they have hit people, I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
About that. It's the most ridiculous thing ever. So, watch out, Alex.
They're coming for you.
These are amazing. I'm super excited about this. Again, so I'm signed up for the subscription service, which is a really cool idea, and it's really, really reasonably priced. And so that means every month I get 4 new bath bombs that I can put into my line for, the following month and all the things. And so I'm rolling with that. So you guys go check out Parton Prints. Go do the thing. I'm in love with it. It's a cool idea.
It's perfect. Works great with your business model.
Yeah, it works really well with my business model. And then because I don't ever reuse things, it's very rare. And I also hate just having a crap ton of molds all over the place. Seems like this would be a bad idea. But what I'm going to do is then just de-stash them in the Discord and just give them to whoever wants them. You know what I mean?
That's also a great idea.
Yeah.
You can do that with the other 3 or 4 drawers full of molds you don't use also.
Yeah, it's a plan. Because I've got so many. Well, I've got like 8 drawers of just molds, bath bomb molds that I don't use.
Right.
And then like 4 big bins up at the top storage that I can't go through it.
Yeah.
And that's just bath bomb molds. Yeah. That's not the soap molds and stuff that I also never use. It's a good time. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. Everybody go check out Parton Prints, go do the thing, and I'll do something better and a short and everything on my main channel. But yeah, the reason why I ordered this and was talking with Alex and all the things is because he got hit with one of those copyright claims because Cada is abusing the copyright system again.
Again. That's shocking. That Cada is still abusing the copyright system.
And it was weird timing actually with all of that because I didn't see it. He didn't reach out to me, but somebody in the Discord did. And she was asking about information on how to, find something or whatever because Cada had hit her. And I'm like, no way. They're at it again. Now, for those people who don't know, I guess we need some backstory. So Cada Soapy, Cada Molds, they are a company that makes 3D bath bomb molds, sells them to people like me, to makers to, make bath bombs so then we can then sell them, right? That's the whole point of their business. They used to be a soap company. Now they're strictly focusing on molds for the most part. And a year-ish ago, I did a video on them wherein we talked about how they were abusing the copyright system because they fucking were. And it was this big thing where they had hit multiple creators, a crap ton of creators ended up coming out of the woodwork through all of this and talked to me and sent me all their information. They were hitting them with DMCA takedowns on Etsy and, stuff like that. And so when I was looking into it or whatever, I originally thought that these things must have been like the things that they were copywriting must have been pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like unique works of art in order to even justify that, oh yeah, this is super mine. Like a Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like a Pokemon is something, something, or the Nike swoosh, something that's very easily recognizable. That's not what they were doing. They were copywriting. They were putting DMCA hits on. And at this point, they had no copyrights issued. And by the end of the research, by the time I finished up the video, they had submitted for copyrights and they were still pending on, but they were still issuing the DMCA takedowns on people, even though they had no copyrights on them, which is fine because poor man, whatever, go watch the video. Point is, I did a whole video on it and went through all the research and talked about everything that there's no possible way that they could have actually copyrighted the things that they're using this copyright for, right? And I said in that video that I was not going to talk about Cada again because it was an important thing to talk about at the time. And it still is an important thing to talk about at the time. DMCA abuse is a big deal.
Yeah.
When you are taking a company down, because when these companies get hit with Etsy strikes, they have two options. They can either, dispute it, in which case, depending on the website, the platform that you're on, most of them say your whole listings, all of your listings are taken down for like 10 to 14 days while they review the claim.
Yeah.
Or they can do nothing and just remove the listing and not fight it, in which case Cada wins. And Cada, if you file, your counter to it, they have that 2-week period to essentially file a lawsuit. That's all they can do. And then your listings go back up. But it sucks to be hit with one of those because, again, especially if your entire listing goes down, that's for all of your listings go down while they're reviewing it. That's 14 days of lost revenue.
Yeah.
And so most people are just taking them down and not fighting back. Even though these are obviously the things that they've hit are the most ridiculous things in the world because it's like very generic clip art shapes. It's clip art bullshit. In and of itself, they could not have a copyright for it. And in that video, I went through all of that and I basically said at the end of all of it, I'm done talking about Cada unless I decide to fuck around and find out again. And they did decide to fuck around and find out again. And they've started doing this. Maybe they never stopped, but I heard about it because Kinder told me in Discord. And then I went to go look on the trademarks and patents, that cursed Facebook page that I hate but can't get away from, to see if anyone else had been hit. And if there was any, grumblings or whatever. And what do I know if one of the very first hits, just getting onto the page, not even starting to search, was Parton Prints asking a question about copyrights versus trademarks. And I've ordered from Parton. I know Alex.
Yeah.
And so I immediately commented. I'm like, oh shit, you got hit too?
Because there's only one culprit.
Yeah, and
that's the thing.
Yeah, because that's not the thing. I didn't say, oh shit, you got hit too. I said, oh shit, Cada hit you too. And he is like, yup. And the pictures that he posted of the things that they hit were the most generic things in the world. I don't remember exactly what it was. I think one of them was like a duck or something, whatever. Generic clip art bullshit. Nothing groundbreaking here.
That is actually my favorite part about Cada and filing these copyright strikes is that they are just that. They are just basic and generic. Like they don't turn out anything unique in the first place.
Yeah.
There's nothing in their inventory that would be protectable.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the most ridiculous thing ever. Like it's stuff that literally can't be copyrighted.
But
like
even
the actual image, like the thing itself. Like Baby Shark, like the shark one, which is kind of where this all started. It's not something that can be copyrighted this is an original artwork form. They do have copyrights, but they're not copyrights for the thing that they're wielding this copyright against.
No. And I'm still not sure whether or not they understand that actually.
I know. I don't know if they do or not. But for me, it's like, I don't really care because what you are doing is you are abusing the copyright system by issuing these takedowns.
But they file the takedowns even without having filed for a copyright.
Yeah, well, that's what they were doing before, and they could still be for now. I haven't actually gone into the specifics and actually looked up whether or not they have copyrights for the ones that they hit Alex with. I know that Kinder got hit with, I think, maybe the shark one. What they are doing is issuing a copyright strike against another bath bomb mold supplier, claiming that, well, they own this very generic thing because they filed this copyright or whatever. But again, this very generic thing, like this apple, for example, you can't copyright an apple or because it's basic clip art bullshit. And in order to make sure that somebody couldn't use like the process, like turning it into a 3D bath bomb mold, it would be a different thing. Every lawyer that I've talked to, trademark attorneys, say that would be a patent. which is not what they're doing. What they are doing is spending, I think it's $100 to do lumps at a time, a group of up to 10 unpublished works. And based on the classifications that they are getting their copyrights in, so it's visual arts, it's photography.
Yes.
They're copyrighting the pictures that they took of their bath bomb mold.
Which anyone can do.
Which anyone can do. So if I were to take a picture of this thing that I did not make, or of baby shark, because I also have baby shark.
Mm-hmm.
And if I were to take a picture of this, submit it to the copyright office, I too now own a copyright of baby shark or apple. Or in their case, I just did a quick look up on copyright. We talked about before they tried to copy, or they have copyrighted the vagina, which is here now. It's a really unique work of art, right? It's not. It's not. And they also copyrighted a police car. And what else was the really funny one? Oh, blueberries. That one was my best one. You have to see this one.
They copyrighted blueberries.
They copyrighted blueberries, and this is the blueberry in question.
All right.
Yeah. It's a good time, right? So, yeah, it's generic shapes, and it's nothing that's, groundbreaking and whatever. And they, based on where they actually did file their copyright, the way that they did it, because again, they're doing a group of unpublished works, which means for about $100, you're getting 10 things copyrighted. If this were an actual, this is a big deal, whatever, they wouldn't allow this. If this were an architectural work, they wouldn't allow it this way.
Yeah, that makes all the sense. Because there actually are no federal protections for what they're trying to protect.
Exactly.
Which is generic, basic bullshit.
Exactly. There are no federal protections for what it is they're wielding this against.
Yeah.
And it is insane that they are continuing to do this. And I am just... it's the craziest thing ever. And honestly, I don't know if they're just actually stupid and they don't get it, or they're being just vindictive and awful. Because for up until Parton, they were hitting very, very small micro creators. And so it's this is just some petty shit. They took down a company, got them completely blacklisted from Etsy. This company had sold nothing of note. And it was right after they had removed them from their Facebook bath bomb page, allegedly.
Well, there's the motivation. Someone disagreed with them on Facebook, so they're going to take the company down.
Freaking crazy.
But I think it's all three of those things. So they're not intelligent. If they truly believe that these copyrights are what they say they are, they're not intelligent.
Right.
And if they don't believe these copyrights are what they say they are, then they're lying to everyone. So you're either going to admit that you're an idiot or you're going to admit that you're lying. It's one or the other.
Yeah, 100%.
Also, absolutely fucking petty to go after someone probably over a Facebook comment.
Yeah.
And I've forgot my third point because the pettiness is just so hilarious.
Well, and it's dumb petty, though. I like a petty moment, you know what I mean? But it needs to be a petty moment that actually yields something and is within your rights to do. Like when Taylor Swift re-recorded all of her albums, so Scooter Braun gets no money.
Yeah.
That's a petty queen. I love it. You found a loophole that actually worked for you. This is an actual abuse of the copyright system, though, because unless they are using their actual photo, unless you find your original artwork of the picture that you took on your iPhone and put it on your website, the thing that you submitted to the copyright office, which again is what this is. With all of the research that we have done, there's no way that it's anything other than that.
No.
They're not copywriting a process. You can't do that. They're not copywriting the files. You can't do that.
Yeah.
That are used to create a 3D bath bomb mold. They're copywriting the picture that they took of the bath bomb mold. That does not protect anything within it. And it specifically says that within the visual arts media 10 groups of unpublished works copyrights that they are getting for these things.
Yeah, it says it in the application.
I can take a picture of the Bible and I can get a copyright on the Bible. That does not mean I own the Bible.
Yeah. To put this in simple terms that anyone can understand, you can go take a picture of Cada mold, submit it to the copyright office, pay your fee, and receive a copyright for that picture you took of their mold.
Yep.
That's what they've done. That's what anyone else can do. It means nothing.
That means absolutely nothing. And they're trying to wield it saying that you are selling shit that belongs to me. And that's not true. And it's absolutely ridiculous that they're continuing to do this.
Yeah.
But up until Parton, I hadn't heard of anybody that was actually a big player in the game.
Right,
and so now that
stepped
they're
it up.
going after big players, I'm starting to go, you having some financial problems, Cada?
Oh, they absolutely are.
Oh,
I mean,
the thing is, I know that they are having financial problems because Florida, that sunshine law, I looked all their...
oh, right. The state of Florida is amazing.
The state of Florida is so cool. All of the information is just out there. It's wild.
It's probably the only redeeming quality Florida has.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so they hit Parton, and Parton ultimately, he just took the things down. And I was talking with him, in DMs about it, and he went and watched my video, and he's sort of like line for line, just like we're just DMing at that point. And he's like, yeah, you're right here. You're right here. I was like, I know I'm right. We put so much work into this. And because I was giving them the benefit of the doubt with all of it. And I was ready to just keep going too. We were going to start like filing all these copyrights just to continue on.
Yeah.
But then it was like, it really wasn't worth my time at that point because it has nothing whatsoever to do with me.
Yeah.
Like I'm not getting
not
hit.
with it.
I don't make bath bomb molds.
Also, you run your own website. So
I run my own website. But just like this whole idea of like, I have always been governed by this ridiculous sense of like what is right and what is fair. And this shit is not right or fair. And if somebody could just hit you for something that you didn't do, you did not steal their works, claiming that this was a theft, that you own this. When you own nothing but a $100, so let's say $10 a piece for a crappy picture. That's horrible.
Yeah, it's absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
And filing the...
And against the law. Abusing the DMCAs against the law.
Yes, and I wish action would be taken about that because there is proof that they're doing so.
There's absolutely proof that they're doing so. I mean, at this point, though, what it takes is like, I don't know, a class action against it.
Yeah, which if they keep going, they might draw.
Right. I mean, eventually there's going to be enough people because Kinder did, she filed her dispute.
Yeah.
She took the hit. Her shit was down for 2 weeks, took the hit. Etsy cleared her.
That's the real bitch of this whole situation.
They did not file a lawsuit. They were uninterested in actually defending this copyright that they claim that they have.
But someone had to decide that in order to defend themselves, they're going to take their store offline. You've killed a source of revenue for 2 weeks.
Right.
To defend yourself against this false accusation, it has to cost you money.
Right.
Not Cada.
And it costs Cada
not
nothing.
A dime.
Right. It costs Cada nothing.
$10 for the filing.
$10 for the filing. Yeah.
Because why not be better at business?
Right.
Instead of trying to destroy small competition.
Can you imagine how much time that they are spending in their lives just searching out people on Etsy?
You got to find them in order to file it. Then you got to file it. And then you got to follow up on it. Like, why not just do a better job, Cada? Right. Just be better at your job.
Be better at business. Those 30 printers are not working nonstop. I'll tell you that much.
What good is a warehouse full of 30 printers when you can't afford filament?
Right. Allegedly. All of it. I don't know. I'm just mostly talking shit here, but it is a big problem. And Cada has now reignited a fire under me with all of this. And so I'm just here to clown because it's absolutely ridiculous that they decided that they were going to continue doing this and think that they can. I mean, the sad part of it is they are continuing to get away with it.
Yeah, that's the sad part.
And that's the reason why I lend my voice, because in any opportunity to call them out, call bad actors out for bad acting, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
This is not acceptable. This is not how this is an abuse of the copyright system. It is against the law. This is not how you treat your peers. And if this is how you're treating your peers, you got to wonder how you're treating your customers. You should not, as a customer, I would never trust them knowing that this is what they're doing behind the scenes.
No, absolutely not, because this is how they treat people.
Right.
They're not going after, I mean, like even Parton Prints and Alex, they're not going after a big corporation.
Right.
They're going after an individual man.
Right.
They're taking food out of people's mouths solely because it doesn't cost them anything to do so.
Right.
There's
because they
no consequence
right.
for doing it.
Right.
You fill out an online form and you move on with your life.
Right.
Well, you fucked someone else.
Right.
They either do what you said, so you win when you shouldn't, or it costs them a couple of weeks. It's absolutely unfair and absolutely asinine that they're able to do it.
100%.
And they're horrible people for doing so.
Yeah, they are terrible people.
So no, I feel sorry for anyone who's a customer of that.
Yeah, the entire situation is just so wild to me.
Yeah, this is not the way you do business.
Right.
Put out a unique product, learn how to market, sell your stuff, make your money, be successful. Not by shitting on the underdogs.
Exactly. Well, just by shitting on anyone. All of these other companies that they were hitting, all of these other companies that Cada hits with copyright claims, false copyright claims against shit that they don't own.
Hmm?
They're just out there living their lives. They're running their business. They're keeping their head down. They're doing their work. And then you just completely upended them for no reason.
And if I'm remembering correctly, a lot of these molds that they're filing against, these people bought molds, right?
They bought the files.
Yeah. However, the ability to make this bath bomb in this shape, they purchased.
Right. They purchased that ability from the original file creator.
Yeah, not from Cada.
Not from Cada.
But they have an investment.
Exactly.
To get here.
Mm-hmm. They bought the 3D files.
Filing because they didn't buy it from them.
Exactly. Or whatever. They just don't want anybody else in the industry actually being competition. They actually want to make that statement of we are the biggest and baddest and first bath bomb mold making company to ever exist. True. But it's not true. You're not the biggest. You're not the baddest. All of your artwork is crap. You're filing copyrights for photography of really ugly things that are not unique or interesting.
Yeah.
Why don't you go do something unique and interesting instead of spending all of your time on Etsy researching? And maybe that's how it is. Maybe that's what they're doing. This is complete speculation, but they're looking for inspiration for their next line by going to Etsy and clicking, searching 3D bath bomb molds. See what else is trending.
And then they run across something that they've done.
Yeah. And then they run across something that they've done. They're like, oh, I'll go ahead and file a hit on that while they're stealing somebody else's good idea.
Absolutely. I think that probably occurs.
Pure speculation.
Yeah,
but
in my opinion.
This seems very strange to me.
The thing about, fake it till you make it, we're just saying we're number one and we're the baddest. You fake it while you're working on making it.
Eventually you have to make it.
It's not, it's just fake it. At some point.
Right. And that's all they're doing. It's so pathetic. What are you doing?
Yeah.
It's desperation. It's gross. And they're continuing to get away with it because people let them. If this ever happened to me, and honestly, we thought about that too. Like, we're like, all right, let's sell some bath bomb molds. Let's see if we can draw them,
Yeah.
But if it happened to me, I would not back down and I would file a lawsuit.
Absolutely.
But I have the means and ways to do that. I have the resources. So many of these businesses don't have the money to deal with a freaking lawsuit.
I don't think they do either, so they wouldn't fight it and you'd just end up with a default judgment. But it'd still be boring.
That it would never get paid. No,
you're going to put a lien on what?
Right. And so I don't know. I don't know what the solution is, I know that there are avenues to report them to Etsy or whatever and be like they are filing false DMCAs because they are.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that. And with YouTube, there's a 3-strike policy or something if you do that, or maybe just a 1. I think it's 3. Maybe it's 1. I don't know. They take that shit seriously. And so if it can be proved that it was false, there you go. You can file against them, I suppose, on Etsy, but they have their own website too.
Yeah.
So they've got that protection.
Yeah, I sort of forgot they were also on Etsy until this conversation.
Right. It's an option, I suppose, to report them back to Etsy, but whether or not Etsy does anything with it, because again, they don't care. They have thousands of these cases to deal with all the time because this whole trademark and copyright thing is just rampant right now. And
everyone has learned that it can be abused, it seems. Yeah,
everybody's learned that it can be abused. And so they're just and it's that same Facebook page that I was telling you about with the trademarks and the whatever. It's the most ridiculous shit ever, right? People are filing a copyright or a trademark for a mark, right? And let's say that mark is also a word, like lush. Well, it doesn't mean that you can't use the word lush ever again. But that's how people are wielding that trademark because they filed a trademark for the mark, their logo. I file a trademark for soap and clay. Then I go onto, the internets and anybody who's using soap and clay together, trademark violation. No, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
Whatever, but people are just, they're wielding this shit really badly. And so many people are so misinformed about what this actually means, what false DMCAs are, what trademarks are, what patents are, what copyrights are, all of the things that this misinformation cycle just continues to just go. They were even trying to double down with Alex on that particular post in that Facebook group. And they're like, well, I mean, yeah, they made it first. Then, yeah, they have owners. No, They can't own the thing that they are wielding this on. They can't tell Alex he can't sell a bath bomb mold that's shaped like a blueberry.
Yeah. Even if they made it first, because they didn't make the concept of blueberry art.
And they didn't create the 3D file. They didn't create that file. And even if they did create that file, the end result looking the same, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If there's another blueberry that looks similar to your blueberry, those files, unless somebody literally stole your files, are not going to be identical. Nobody's buying your files to create the 3D molds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I totally know what you mean.
The whole thing is just such a mess because it really is a kind of a complicated process because, again, you are dealing with files, like, actually creating a file and websites. And so it's more similar to, online tech shit or whatever, like building a website.
The file is code. It's instructions for the printer.
Exactly. And you can't copyright that. You also can't trademark that. And maybe they could trademark the actual design. I don't think it would. I know that if they were to try to trademark blueberries, like I just showed you, it would not fly. It would not work. They would say, no, this is not a unique design. The only reason that it got through with the copyright is because they're literally copywriting a photograph. It's a visual arts representation.
Yeah.
It's me taking the picture of the Bible, and now I have a copyright on the Bible.
Does anyone else?
But I don't own the Bible.
First.
There's a ton. I actually looked up Bible, and there are a ton of copyrights on Bible.
Got it.
It's an artistic expression. That's what they're doing. But if they were to do this with trademark, it would get denied, and also it'd be very, very expensive to get a trademark.
No, that's why they're not doing it.
That's why they're not doing it. And in actuality, in order to still protect the thing that they're trying to protect this against, the mold being sold.
Mm-hmm.
It's a patent. It's a process. You have to prove that this is a unique process. This is somehow different than what other things are, than other 3D renderings or whatever. I've come up with a different way to make a, thing look like a pencil.
Yeah.
And that is a hard thing to do. That's Lush. Talking about Lush patents and everything. The only thing that they were able to get through for a bath bomb, which their whole intention for putting out patents for bath bombs, for trying to get patents for bath bombs, was to make us all stop selling them.
Yeah, they were trying to eliminate competition.
Because we became competition.
Yes.
And so they tried a number of different avenues for patents to get them. They were all denied. Finally, they got one to stick. That was a very specific way of combining different solutions of, different concentrations of baking soda and citric acid in a core versus the whole sphere.
Right.
That was it. They have a very specific patent. Lush. This is Lush. All the money, all the lawyers, all the smarts, which Cada does not have in the world. They tried multiple times to shut us down and make us stop making bath bombs because they believe in their heart of hearts that they own this, which is a lie. They did not start it.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of combining citric acid and baking soda has been around for a very long time.
But regardless of what they believe in their heart of hearts, the federal government disagreed with them.
Exactly. And so, the Cadas went through the cheapest, laziest, and most dishonest route and copyrighted photography. From everything that we can tell, they have pictures, they have copyrights on the photography of their website.
Yeah, but
cool.
There's no avenue to stop them from abusing it. That's
no
why
avenue.
They continue to do so.
No easy avenue. And so, all you can do is continue to talk about it. So I'm going to talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you're interested, again, go watch the video that I did and watch the intro video. I think 3 in total that was about copyrights, trademarks, patents, and DMCA abuse. Only one was specifically focused on Cada. But go check it out, whatever. And I'll leave links to all of the things that they think they own. And, you go do your own research and figure out what a graphic list of, or what a group of artwork it means in the visual arts category, not 3D photographs, and whether or not a 3D mold qualifies. Just saying.
This is a fun clowning session, but those videos, the actual research and the facts behind it and how copyright works and DMCA works and all of that is actually covered. It's a full-on education on this whole system. in those videos.
Yeah, I crossed all of my T's and dotted all of my I's and talked to several lawyers about it before even releasing it and had them double check all this information. Again, every attorney that I talked to, there's no way that this is a copyright to protect the thing. A copyright doesn't protect the thing they're trying to protect. I don't know.
Check out the links below.
Allegedly. But yeah, no, it's a lot. It's a moment. Some of the ugliest molds I've ever seen is what they're currently continuing to copyright.
You know, I've not seen anything like this on their website. They actually do that, or do they just copyright it?
So that was an interesting. I think they do it. Yes, there is. Those exist, I think, on their website. That was an interesting thing that went down during the first round of all of this. There were other creators on Etsy, big creators, big bath bomb suppliers that had been telling some of my sources that they believe that Cada stole this, that, or the other mold from them. Because everything's about theft. It's whatever. It's a petty game in a lot of ways. Like, so this stuff was not interesting for me to even cover or include because it's like, oh, well, they stole this and they stole that. I was like, no, none of you invented the idea of making a grid and pushing things through it.
Yeah.
Stop it. You stole nothing.
Stole it from Play-Doh.
Right. Because it does. It looks like an extruder from Play-Doh.
Actually,
it looks like an apple quarter. It looks like, I mean, stop it.
It's like visual ASMR, though.
All right.
It's so,
it is cool. You're not wrong.
It's real awesome.
It's very neat. Okay. Get it closer to the camera so you can actually show them. That's a cool idea. Yeah. Yeah, that's very cool. 100%. It's fun.
Totally visual ASMR right there. I'll put it down now.
No, I mean, keep playing with it. It's great. But yeah, it's just it's a weird game. It exists in everything, you know? It's like Illuminati claiming that somebody stole her design and then she ruined her life by that. It's a terrible idea.
That's another stupid move.
Yeah.
You, the attorney, stole my mass-produced template.
Right.
What?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how dumb you are.
So it's really in your best interest to not start claiming ownership on somebody. This is 2023. There is no real originality, not really, unless you're really making something very original. And us small business owners that are just whatever, that's not the thing.
Yeah, but when it's clip art of a chicken, come on.
When it's clip art of a chicken, it's certainly not original. It's a bad idea to start claiming, ownership on shit like that. Because everybody's just going to clown on you, best case scenario. You own a chicken? You own a tombstone?
I own the shape of a tombstone.
I'm going to go cut that video up into shorts because that was really funny in a lot of it too. I'm going to go cut it up into shorts and put it on my main channel.
That's a great idea.
You can't fix that kerning?
Maybe we've talked enough shit that you can sprinkle some of this in there too.
Yeah, but then that requires edits.
Yeah, that's true.
YouTube's making it so much easier these days where you could just be watching a video and just turn this into a short.
Nice.
There you go. Put a couple little layers on it. It's good to go.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, except it works better for people who are actually saying things in a quick and concise manner and not taking a lot of pauses. And I don't do that a whole lot. I usually talk a lot of shit and I circle around a point a whole bunch before I get to it. And so it requires a whole bunch of cuts and edits anyway to get a point into 60 seconds. I can't 60 second.
No, you're not a quick point maker.
That's hard. I started answering questions on Soap and Clay because there's a new functionality within YouTube as well. So you can comment a reply as the channel owner or whatever when somebody asks a question in a video, or you can just click the little, comment and then the little button and you can just do a short and, and answer it that way. And then so it actually links it and it automatically puts it up into the video itself. And so it knows what the context is of what I'm talking about or whatever. And so I thought that's a really cool way to answer questions that come in,
right?
Whatever, instead of typing. And so I thought I would use my shorts for that. And I did 2 of them when I was making Scout's birthday cake or whatever, and it was okay. It was fine, but I still had to I don't know, I second guessed myself the whole time. I'm like, did I answer that correctly? Because I only had a minute, and
yeah.
And I'm just worried that I'm going to end up confusing people if I just 60 seconds or less.
I understand the concern. Yeah,
I can do it though. Shit. I can learn how to be concise.
Well,
it's a skill.
If you've got,
you can learn skills. I just choose not to.
Timer, then I'm sure you're going to get it all in.
Yeah, it's a skill. I just choose not to learn it. I can do.
You like words.
So I'm going to be doing some shorts and stuff with the main channel, all things. Yeah.
Great idea.
How about you? What are you doing with your main channel?
I think shorts are a fun idea.
Yeah?
Don't have a lot of content to make shorts out of. But
I really like the idea of doing the reply thing because we do a lot of kind of like baiting, like low key, very light, very tongue in cheek, but all the same trolling.
Yes,
with the clips that we post, the shorts that we post, and our titles and stuff, whatever. And it's funny when I get a comment that's just ridiculous and mean and stuff or whatever. I think it would be fun for you to use that reply feature and just like reply and make them look like idiots, like continue the troll.
Oh yeah, I would love to do that.
Yeah,
that's my bag.
And you can do the shorts like that.
I would do that. I still don't see the comment. I'm like not getting notification.
That's because would you download YouTube Studio?
I have it.
All right, well then you're paying attention.
Pull it up and look at analytics.
Turn on your notifications.
That might be the problem.
Yeah. But I mean, I get that too though, because I don't see probably half the comments that I get across all the videos on my channel. Maybe like 20% of them I see, actually. That's probably more accurate. But
I probably did with YouTube Studio what I do with absolutely every app, because they always pop up and say, would you like to allow notifications?
Yeah.
Yes, no, for everything, all the time.
Right.
No.
Yeah, you got to turn them on.
Yeah, I probably did that with Studio also.
I really only have my comments, my notifications turned on for the membered Sudsers at this point. I will always make it a point to answer their questions, to answer them when they comment on a video and heart and do whatever. But for everybody else, it's just whenever I have time and I'm sitting at a computer, I might go clear out my comment cache.
Got it. Feels like that would be a time commitment to do so. Not with
Soapbox Society, because we're brand new. Nobody watches our shit. It's fun.
But I've also said in like every podcast I'm not going to read the comments. So if I start commenting back, then I'm violating myself.
That's part of the thing. We lied about it immediately. That's what I mean.
I've honestly not read the comments because I don't get notifications that there are one.
But you read some of them because you respond to them. Now people are going to think that I'm logging into your account.
I respond to some bloke.
Some bloke is such a dick.
Yes.
Your mom is such a dick too.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I think that could be fun because I'm not good at the shit talking. You know what I mean? Like, I can't do that. Shut up. Don't do that.
No, it just rolls off my tongue. That's sort of my personality.
Yeah, like I can't do that in a video.
Yeah.
I can't. I can't just do that. I can't just turn it around and be like, actually, you're a dick. I can do that in words, like typing.
Yeah.
And I can do that with I have time to sit and really, a pre-record or whatever, but just a little pop off, 60 seconds. This is why you're stupid. I'm not good at that. And also I'm not really good at zingers. You know what I mean? Like, oh, burn, you owned him. I can't do that.
Yeah, it's just my gut reaction. I think the problem is that you in general have more respect for people than I do. And so I've got no problem at all kicking the camera on and saying, no, Colonel Sanders, you're wrong.
You like some people.
This is a very small list.
Yeah.
But just in general.
People in general, just you don't like.
Right.
You can just be done with
some
them.
Rando saying something stupid on a YouTube video. Got no problem at all calling that out.
Yeah, I know. It's just so funny because that's kind of, some people, it's half their fun. That's what they're doing. They're trolling. And they say, well, the thing is for our things, they're not actually trolling. They're actually just properly triggered by something that we trolled. We started it.
Right, but the ones I have seen, it's like you're commenting on the title.
Right.
You didn't even get into you don't even know what was actually said.
Right.
This title set you off and you've got a diatribe.
Right. And with those ones, it's kind of like, haha, funny, like answer those. But for the ones that were properly triggered and watched the, short or whatever, and they're engaging in I'll talk. And I have normal conversations with them. I'm not telling them that they're idiots or whatever. I'm interested in discourse generally. I really am. And I don't think there's a right answer for really anything that we ever talk about or anything in life. Except for, glass and lie. But
I need to be doing video comments on your comments.
I know,
right? Clay.
Yeah. It's lighthearted trolling, though. It's very fun and pretty lame. We got some millennials here trolling with silly titles. What's the harm in that?
It's not my fault if you got sucked in.
Right.
Idiot.
Odd, but it's fun for now. We'll get canceled for it later. But in order to get canceled, we have to put things up so people know who we are.
We should post this.
We should post this. Do you have anything else we want to talk about? I mean, I've got a lot of random musings, but I think we've been going kind of long. And I'm eating an apple now. But I think our food just got delivered.
Ooh, Taco Bell.
No. Ding. We're eating Taco Bell for dinner.
Absolutely.
I feel bad about it. We door dashed Taco Bell, and I don't.
I willed it into existence.
I don't like door dashing Taco Bell. Not because I'm against Taco Bell, because I love Taco Bell, but because the closest Taco Bell. I
extra tip to pay for the bridge toll.
Good. Yeah, you have to go over a toll bridge to get to us from the closest Taco Bell. Because over on this side of the bridge, they won't let them exist.
Yeah, no, we don't have one over here.
Right. Well, I mean, up in like where Webman lives. But I hate that Taco Bell. They are so mean there.
That Taco Bell is terrible.
They're so mean.
I've never gone there, drive through or going inside. I've never gone there and it took less than 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's either...
And I've never gone there where the order was right.
It's either they're mean or the people in the drive-through line are mean. It's so wild.
One or the other. Yeah, that town's just full of angry.
Yeah, there's just so much. If you ever want just a laugh and you have time, you should go on to rants.
Oh.
They are so mean to each other.
Like our comments are about to get?
No, because we're still going to keep it light. It's not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? We're not talking about anything that anybody would ever get real mad about. And like, we don't care. I don't have an opinion on it. If you want to come in and say that you disagree with my opinion on and my take on the Eras Tour, that's fine. You're not wrong. I'm not wrong either. Yeah. This is just a personal preference. And the world doesn't end because I think that the Eras Tour was not as great as the other tours I've seen.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a beautiful part of it. Nothing we've said in the hours and hours we've recorded makes any difference at all.
Right, you're not hurting my feelings if you have a different opinion. I don't care. It's not that deep, you know?
Totally.
If you came in here and said, I hate Taylor Swift or I don't get Taylor Swift, well, now we have a problem. Because here's the thing. I am of the mindset, because this happened last night, actually, when I was on Twitch, because Dinah was streaming or whatever. And Elliot was there, and he was like, because I was talking about Taylor Swift or whatever. Actually, he was talking about his concerts and whatever. And I'm like, wow, those are big numbers, because he just performed at a 65,000 anyway. It was crazy, whatever. And I was like, those are Taylor Swift numbers. And he's like, I am Taylor Swift. And I'm like, cool. I want to talk to you about the Eras Tour. Anyway, point is, he's like, yeah, so I never actually got Taylor Swift. At this point in time, the people who say I don't get Taylor Swift, you're actively choosing not to.
Yeah. But these people don't know that that's like your number one trigger.
Yeah. I mean, you seriously, if you actually shit on Taylor Swift, I will come for you. But some healthy discourse about, I don't know, just theory crafting and whatever. That's fine. I love that shit.
Agreed.
It's my favorite stuff ever. So yeah, there's that. My pants are orange. This has been weird.
Oh, that is excellent closing remarks.
Do you realize that by the end of every single episode, I get real twitchy and odd, and I'm just like, I gotta go.
Yeah,
you can't make me sit this long. I'm not a sitter.
So what I noticed I'm going to say this and then I'll sign off. What I noticed about you filming, whether it's here or Soap and Clay, you can't just say bye and leave.
No, I can't do that either. That's true. That's a good point.
It needs to be my job. I'm just going to say the thing and we're going to shut off.
Well, no, that's not the case, though. I just interrupted you because I knew you were going to say the thing and shut off and just make me not talk that time. So I had to interrupt you. But no, it's not the case. What were you saying?
Love you. Bye forever.
That was your take?
That's it.
Bye. sake.
Why forever? Don't bye. What's like a symbol for forever? Not love.
Infinity?
Love? Yeah. Bye.
What are you doing?
That's an infinity. Not 8 ball. Not an 8 ball.
An 8
Not
ball?
an 8 ball.
Sir.
We gotta go.